Humans of the Cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today I'm doing a little card showcase, doing just a little bit of a tiny discussion video talking about one particular card that every single time I am skimming through my binder of like just generic good main deck monsters, every time I skim past this card, I always just go like, wow, that card's insane. And also I just love the way that it's designed. I think it's an incredibly well designed card by Konami. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about that, just doing an overall discussion and the potential of this card to hopefully one day have a chance to kind of step forward, whether it's getting the right kind of future cards that kind of work well around it, or maybe it's just people figuring out the best way to use it. The OCG has kind of definitely done some stuff with this card, and this card is Fairy Tale Luna. This card is so cool. It's kind of the less looked at Fairy Tale sister. Obviously Snow is the best one. We just, it's the only one that's gonna get banned or is banned and will be banned for futures to come. But Luna definitely sits there as by far the next best one. The other ones essentially are arguably unplayable, unless they give like crazy Fairy Tale support down the line. But Luna is crazy. If you don't know what this card does, it has two main effects. Its first effect is on normal summon. When this card is normal summoned, you can add a spellcaster with 1850 attack from your deck to your hand. No restriction on this, by the way, so it can even add itself, which means even just playing a play set of this card means you always have a search target off of the first and second copy, which is very good. Just gets you follow-up. Secondly, that's not a once per turn, so theoretically, if you could play this in a deck that does get you an additional normal summon, then this card could also get you a double search and get both on field, because the second effect, also not once per turn, just a soft once per turn. It reads, once per turn, quick effect. You can target a face-up monster your opponent controls as cost. Your opponent can send one card with that monster's name from their deck or extra deck to the graveyard to negate this effect. Otherwise, return both this card and that monster to the hand. So, insanely strong. Honestly, it's a compulse-esque effect, and I think they did a good job balancing it in two ways. I think to weaken it immensely, giving your opponent that out to potentially not get bounced by this card by allowing them to send another copy of that card is very good, but it's not like that's 100% free. I mean, think about decks where like maybe their grind game is getting hurt by them being forced to send another monster from their extra deck. I mean, if it's an extra deck base deck that is kind of centralized around one main monster to facilitate their plays, and you're going to force them to send a copy then to negate it, and this is a quick effect, so on the next turn even you can threaten again and force the third copy to get sent to grave. They may have no grind game after that because they just sent their centralizing extra deck piece, all essentially go through all three copies in one turn. And if you can just force them through that third copy and get him taken care of with some other card, in some other pressure somewhere else, then they're a sitting duck grind game wise. And if you can just get him into that grind, you are cooking. And the fact that Luna already searches another copy of itself, or potentially another spellcaster, but means that you're already set up a little bit for the grind no matter what. So the fact this card is a +1, the fact that it is an interruption while also being removable, even if it doesn't work out 100%, still having value by forcing your opponent into awkward states, grind-wise, this card has a ton of value. And the fact that it's not once per turn. So yeah, really, really cool card. I just think it's super unique. I think it's one of those cards where you're like, even in a vacuum, like I said, because it can search itself, you don't even have to play like an outside search target. That's weird, that you don't really want to play, but if you want to get full value, it works. You just play 3 copies of itself and it works. It's insane. It's the kind of card that reminds me of another very particular instance that we've seen in the last couple of years of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's Gren Maju. A card that is just so... This card's a little more simple, but just like basic, powerful. When you get it on the field, it makes the opponent stop for a second and say, oh, okay, all right, I need to approach this board state a whole lot differently now. Ton of pressure. And because it works in such a particular way, it's the kind of card where I could see you pretty much taking Luna and building around it. And we've kind of seen that a little bit in the OCG. It's called like Luna Kaiju. deck, because that's one of the coolest synergies this card has, is with kaijus. You would opt second. You could kaiju away the most dangerous card on your opponent's board going second, normal summon Luna, obviously get the second Luna, and then use Luna to bounce the kaiju back to hands. That way you could kaiju them again, and clear 2 monsters for the price of 1. In fact, you even go plus with the Lunas. Now, you know, it's not a perfect strategy. There's definitely some weaknesses to it. A lot of hard going second strategies have weaknesses, but I think there's also a world where, like, down the line, maybe Luna's actually a good card going first. I don't even think it's a bad card going first right now. Search another Luna. Okay, I've got follow-up, and it's just a walking compulse, so it's an interruption plus a follow-up, like, just on normal summon. Like, that's pretty solid value overall. And then you have 4 other cards in hand to make use of and go from there. I like it. Other than that, I do think there's, like, future proofing where this card gets better. This is the kind of card where it would be your main normal summon in a deck, which means you would surround it with obviously the kaiju type of stuff, but I even think stuff like Zoo King Alpha, Dino Wrestler Pankratops, right? Maybe Gizmek Orochi, Golden Castle type stuff, just stuff that doesn't use your normal summon, but just are simple, powerful, put pressure on the board type cards. I think could be really useful in conjunction with this card. And honestly, almost all the cards I just listed, like, have come out, like, since the Vrains era, so the last handful of years, and I think that's only going to continue. So I do think we're in a really great position that way, where, I mean, we're just kind of moving forward, and I think this card could just be surrounded by better and better and better single options like that. And also, how about engines that just don't even need the normal summon? We're just seeing more of those that are super splashable. We'll see, you know, if that becomes something that Luna can lean on as well. I mean, you could arguably just play Luna with, like, the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon package. You know what I mean? You may play Pot of Prosperity in your extra deck, and you just dig for Red Eyes Fusion and just go Red Eyes Fusion, cool. Normal summon Luna, cool, pass. And, like, okay, like, that can work. It's simple, it's dumb, but, like, it's powerful, it's effective. So I don't know. We'll see where we end up there if this card ever gets it. Also, like I said, 1850 attack spellcasters. There's a world where we get specifically Fairy Tale support, where they actually get, like, a legit awesome, like, 1850 spellcaster extender that, like, allows you to do more stuff. That would be insane, but obviously, you know, that's to be seen. And, you know, technically anything spellcaster 1850 could be interesting there, but for right now, obviously searching itself is the best utility there. But I just wanted to highlight this card. It's just so cool. I think its design is so unique, so interesting. It's such a powerful standalone card that I think right now, if you were just, like, a newer player and you wanted to play something stupid simple, go second Luna Kaiju Beatdown Turbo is, like, not a bad way to go about it. So it is what it is, but that's where I'm at here. That's it for me today. I mean, I just want to do this. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, just highlighting particular cards that haven't seen a ton of play, haven't really had its time in the spotlight, but I think it could, I could definitely do that. Or maybe I'll just make, like, some more top 5, top 10 videos of cards that I think could end up getting, you know, being really good down the line, that just, you know, are a little bit underrated. But yeah. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Let me know your thoughts down below on Fairy Tale Luna, or any other cards that you think also kind of fit this mold of just cards that don't get enough talk and should be looked at more often and theorized to potentially make something special that nobody else is thought of. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. Subscribe to the channel for more stuff like this from your boy down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.